Hello, fellow hunters, and welcome back to Call of the Wild. We are continuing our Wanderlust series here in Rancho del Arroyo. I can say Arroyo. I promise I can. If you're new to the Wanderlust series, we're basically just heading from one side of the map to the other, preferably with the wind in our face. Just trying to see what kind of trouble we can get into. Not specifically hunting anything, not trophy hunting, because, you know, I find that particular process super boring, just trying to specifically go after one thing and hoping that you happen to come across it. So we just kind of wander and see what kind of trouble we can get into, and hopefully we find cool stuff along the way. In the last episode, we shot down a bunch of pheasants and turkeys and found a couple of deer, and I think we ended up taking one down. So be sure to go check out that episode. Right now, I am just only going after diamonds because our trophy lodges are, you know, not completely full. Like my manor lodge is pretty full. My Sasaki lodge is getting there. Lots of golds, a fair bit of diamonds, but at this point, we're at the point in our hunting career where we're really only looking for diamonds at this point. And, you know, if we happen to come across, you know, a great one or something, I don't think I've done the work focusing on any specific animal to get one of those to spawn, but you never know. I don't really know how that process works. I don't know if you have to like kill enough stuff to make it spawn, or if it's completely random, or, you know, maybe we'll find one. I don't know, but yeah, we're just gonna do like we do every episode and just walk from one end of the map to the other. Hopefully, hope to find something really cool. Take a shot at it, see if we can bag it, and if we do, we'll check and see if it's a diamond and move on with our day. But until then, we got a lot of walking to do because our goal for today is to make it all the way up to, I guess, this one up here. Yeah, we want to try to get all the way up through that and up to this this lodge all the way up here at the top. Didn't quite make it halfway. The halfway point was for this, from starting down here to up here, was like right up in here. And at the time, I had other things I really needed to get done, but this is my last video for the day, so we have a little bit of extra time to kind of try to get all the way up to the top. And if we don't, you know, it's not that big of a deal. The whole point of this Wanderlust series is that it's just no stress. I play until I don't want to play anymore, and usually that's between 20 and 30 minutes. So that's what we're going to try to do today. Let's see how far we can get. I ended up looking around this lake, and I heard a female white-tailed deer calling over there, but I don't know, just a long time of just walking around over here, because I had to stop and take care of something else while I was waiting. Still nothing. Had one female white deer doing a mating call off in the distance, and you know, you'd think something would show up around the lakes, but I don't know, this entire map they just haven't. I don't know how to explain it other than just, well, I mean, what time is it? I mean, I guess we're kind of in the middle of a transition of need zones, so maybe that's what's going on. We got really lucky in the last episode with like 2 flocks of avians kind of sitting right next to each other, and in this one, maybe we're going to have to pay the piper for that and not actually find anything. That's going to suck if that's the case. We got a pronghorn fleeing off in the distance. I don't think we're going to get a chance at him. Boo! Boo! Oh, got another warning. But the problem is that the pronghorn's over the hill, so that means, like, every time we get a call, there's always something going on. But, yeah. It's always something. I think he ran off. Oh, nope. I pulled the trigger too soon. I didn't wait long enough. Damn it. Alright, well, they're gone now, so off we go towards the next one. There's a sign over here along the road. Let's go see what it says, because I don't recall what the sign along the road said. It is going to say... estrictamente prohibido el paso de trailers y campers, propiedad privada. Okay, so it's basically saying trailers and campers are prohibited because it's private property. Okay, there you go. That's what that says. I speak very mediocre Spanish, so yeah, there's that. We have a colored peccary mating call off in this direction, so I am going to kind of sort of sneak. Ah, here we go. I can see it now. Is there another one over here that is a male? I would much rather grab a male if at all possible. It looks like it's only going to be the female, though, because there's nothing showing up. So, yeah, we are within 100 meters. I am going to stand up and walk very calmly forward, because I'm just trying to get her to stand up. And maybe not spook anything else. We'll have to wait and see. I really... Alright, we're going to put the 0 back down to 50 meters because, you know, she's basically just letting me walk up to her. Not being attentive at all. Oh, there we go. Alright, she's attentive. Ideally, she's going to stand up here in a second, and then we can take a nice, easy shot at her. Come on. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Do it. Stand up. Stand up. Please stand up. Why are you calm? Alright, come on. Stand up. You're just going to let me walk right up to you? I'm going to instantly flee. There we go. Alright. Oh, what's this? I mean, we can do that too. Is she going to get aggressive? That would be interesting. Are you going to get aggressive on me? Not aggressive, but... trying to figure out a lead, but she decided she was going to run off to the side like that, so... Looks like we didn't even get a really decent shot. We got a nice little bronze there. You know, nothing to write home about, but it's better than nothing. At least we shot something. At least we shot something and killed it. So yeah, continuing on towards our next lodge here, our next outpost here, and then after that, we're going to be heading up to that guy there. So, oh, I always get stuck on the bushes. Always getting stuck on the bushes. If I'm not getting stuck on the bushes, my dog is getting stuck on the bushes. Bushes, bushes, bushes. Gotta love it. We've made it to our first of the outposts, so now we need to go another 2.5 kilometers to the north to make it to the next one. We may or may not make it that far. I know that for you it's only been 6 minutes, but for me it's been a while, so a lot of walking in between things happening. We'll see how it goes, and if we make it up there, we make it, and if we don't, then I got bored and we'll just end the episode. I have to say, there's nothing like running with your binoculars out and then all of a sudden your vision goes red because you ran into a cactus. That's kind of cool and silly at the same time. But it's definitely interesting. It's definitely interesting. Checking out this big open area here, it doesn't appear to be anything kind of wandering across at the moment, so... Again, I don't know, I mean, 12:35, we're still kind of in the transition. I don't know what the need zone times are here, but in general, a lot of the stuff, I guess we're kind of right in the middle. I don't know, most of these seem to be 12. I don't know, some of them are going to be on the nice little 8 to 12, 12 to 4, 4 to 8, you know, the standard time difference or whatever, but some of them are not. So some of the things are going to be where they're supposed to be. Some things might be in transition right now. We're just going to have to keep an eye out and an ear out. Pronghorn warning call, 90 to 140 meters. I don't typically like to sneak forward and try to look at things, and especially when it's like, you know, crazy brush like this, because I'm going to get over here and I'm not going to be able to see anything, and so unless I'm willing to low crawl all the way up to it, I'm not really going to get a shot at this guy. Because he's, you know, either hidden behind a little hill or he's in the bushes and I can't see him, and I'm not willing to crawl all the way up to him. So I think what's probably going to end up happening is that I am going to charge forward and hope that he gives me an angle before he runs off. That is a much more reasonable thing for me to do for the way that I like to do things than trying to sneak up and find out that he ran off anyway, because that's super frustrating. So he's 50 meters away, and he's fleeing. I am going to try to see if I can get an angle on him by heading off to the right here. And because I don't know what direction he ran off, but I don't see anything. I'm going to pull up the scope here as we run into a cactus again. Looks like whatever angle he ran off at, he ran off the other way than from what my guess was that he was going to do. So... Unfortunately, yet again, another thing ran off without us getting a shot at it. But that's, you know, that's the hazard of my play style. You can either be super patient and be almost guaranteed a shot if you didn't spook them off beforehand. My big thing is that I'm not interested in going around the maps like this slow, like just walking very slowly across the map. I want to cover some distance, so we run. And most of the time that means that, but I'm not going to know that there's an animal there. Unless I catch it out in the open, I'm not going to know that there's an animal there until like until I, you know, startle it and it gives off a warning call. And then what ends up happening is that sometimes that warning call instantly turns into them fleeing, but there's no way for me to know because I don't get an updated information. I just get the warning call, and because the game doesn't always instantly update you with information with the calls, and especially because a lot of times the calls don't actually show up on the screen and I have to keep my volume turned down so that it doesn't trigger my microphone and a bunch of other things. I'm never really 100% sure whether they're still going to be there by the time I like try to sneak up on them anyway. So I'm just not willing to invest the kind of time only to find out that they instantly ran anyway. So that's my thought process on that. Like I said before in previous episodes, I know some people don't like that. The purists, well, I know the purists hate that kind of philosophy and attitude, but you know what? I play the game the way I play it. There's a collared peccary off in the distance there. It's already fleeing, so I'm not really gonna take any time to do that because it's already passing the brush there, and I'm not even gonna be able to get a line of sight on that. Got a warning thump. A warning thump from an antelope over there too. We're gonna pull out our shotgun and remove the scope and just charge off in this direction because it's in the same direction as the collared peccary that were over here, and rabbits are relatively easy to chase down if you can kind of get on their trail. They'll sprint for a little bit, and then they will kind of walk for a while because they don't just keep sprinting the whole time. And unfortunately, it does not look like the tracks for that are over this way, so I'm gonna head back over here and see if maybe we can hopefully find them. I don't know. We'll have to kind of keep an eye out for it, but no, I'm not hopeful at this point. What are these? What are these? What are these? These are, yeah, that's the collared peccary. Okay, here we go. Female antelope jackrabbit. We'll see if maybe we can chase her down. I don't mind running after certain types of animals because a lot of times, you know, you can kind of catch up with them. Like bison hunting is super easy. You just chase them down and blast them with your 454, and that's like super easy. But we gotta spot it first, and I'm not seeing any tracks from the antelope, from the jackrabbit. So I don't know where it is. I don't know where it is. Is it? No. Yeah, this is all collared peccary here. So unfortunately, wherever the jackrabbit was, I can't find the tracks for it. That might be it right there. But I don't see a direction. So by this time, the jackrabbit's gone. So we'll grab this need zone here, I guess, and then I guess continue heading out towards our last waypoint for this area. It's unfortunate that we keep getting close, but no cigar. Another collared peccary that's fleeing already. I don't know, my tried and true method of just running around and waiting for warning calls just doesn't seem to be working today. I don't know if they updated the game to make that harder to do or what, or if just this particular map just has much more skittish animals. But normally, if I'm running within 150 meters of something, or I at least get a warning call before, you know, they start. Oops, I'm running into the cactus. I usually get a warning call before they start charging off into the distance. I mean, I guess from a realism perspective, it's probably better, but from a, you know, impatient gamer perspective, I keep running into this. From an impatient gamer perspective, it kind of sucks. We got a mating call here from another collared peccary. I do not know where, though. It's off in this direction somewhere. It is a male, so it might be worth our time if we can spot him before he runs away. It was a mating call and not a warning call, so I guess we can kind of walk off in this direction and see if maybe we can get him to give us a warning call, which will then allow us to hopefully to pinpoint him a little bit better. I'm kind of hoping we don't go straight from mating call into flight because that's kind of annoying, but I refuse to just like low crawl up to animals. That's really annoying. The bow hunters can do that stuff. I'm not interested. There's a reason I walk around with guns and not a bow, because I don't want to do all that stalking. That's boring. But I would imagine that if it was still here, I would have gotten a warning call or a fleeing call by now, and I don't see anything nearby. This is the need zone that I'm imagining they were in. And yeah, there's just nothing here. So unfortunately, it does not look like I get a shot at whatever this was. And yep, we're just gonna have to move on, I guess. Oh well. That's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. Yeah, the frustrating thing about this map is just like it feels so open, but then there's so much brush and stuff in the way that you can never see anything. So even though it feels like you should have some decent line of sight to things, you just never get it. You never really get it because there's just like crap in the way all of it. I don't know. I know. Hunting's supposed to be slow and patient. Yeah, it's not for impatient people. I'll charge this way and hope that we can spot the rabbit. If we can spot the rabbit, I should be able to get it because I can just like wear it. Oh, I mean, if we're just gonna run in front of me, then I mean, I'm not gonna, you know, I'm not gonna just let it run by if it's just gonna run in front of me like that. And who knows, we might even be able to get the jackrabbit if we can see it running somewhere. We just need to see some movement happening, but unfortunately, it probably sprinted off to the point where we're not going to be able to see it anymore. So, yeah, there's that. Where's my dog? I need to track the blood for that. Where? Okay, where are you going? Did we shoot it over there? Oh, I ran right by it and didn't even realize it. Okay, good job. Thank you very much. That's very helpful. Got ourselves another bronze. Shot it in the spine. And yeah, so that jackrabbit's certainly gone by now. So we'll just continue running on and hope maybe we find one more. Getting really close to the end of our episode here, though. So, oh, we got a male jackrabbit here within 100 meters. I don't know what direction he's running, but we're gonna try. We're gonna see if maybe we can spot him. If we can see him. If we can see him running, I can lock onto him and then hopefully just chase him down until he gets tired. But unfortunately, a lot of times what ends up happening is they run through the brush and then you never even get a sight of them. And then you're just not able to do anything. So yeah, we got a mating call from a male collared peccary over in this direction. So and it's 160 meters, and it looks like it's kind of downhill-ish. So I'm going to maneuver around and see if I can get eyes on him. Ah, he's fleeing. Where is he? Where is he? Took a shot at him, but I think our zero is too low. I'm going to see if maybe I can take another shot here. He's dying, but we didn't get a good shot. That's okay. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, the odds of him being really nice are pretty small, and if we can remove an animal from the board, then that's usually a good thing. And it'll also give our dog a chance to do some tracking, which will level him up. So, you know, it might not be the most ideal situation, but it's at least something. So let's go ahead and get our dog on the trail, and we'll go find out how good or bad he was. It was a non-vital organ, so we definitely got him, you know, we got him pretty decently. He shouldn't run too far, but yeah, it would have been nicer to get a better shot. I just felt kind of rushed because I thought it said he was fleeing, and then he just kind of stood there. Hey, he leveled up as a tracker. That's really nice. Let's go ahead and give him some praise and get him healing onto me, and then we can find out that this guy was originally a silver that got downgraded to a bronze, but he's dead, and it removes him from the board and gives us another chance at a gold. But unfortunately, that means that we are at the end of our episode because we are about 100 meters away from our destination. And that's going to be about it for this. By the time I finish my exit, we'll be there. So hopefully you guys had lots of fun. Be sure to click that like button. Subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, where you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with that thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links in the description for those of you who prefer to go outside of YouTube, because some of you like to do that. So those are there for your convenience. So again, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for our next hunt, which will be in a different reserve from today, and I'll see you then.